This is my first time making a video on here, and I'll tell you in a moment why I felt called to share on here. But what I wanted to share with you guys is something that we're going through right now with our youngest son, Cole. We just learned yesterday that he has something called sagittal craniosynostosis, which means it's a skull deformation, and the suture that runs right here along the skull, it is fused prematurely. So it's going to require surgery to remove that fusion, basically. They're going to remove a portion of his skull. And it sounds really scary, and it is really scary with a 12-week-old baby. But we have seen already, since we've learned this news in 24 hours, so much of God's work in this story. I said I was gonna be able to do this without crying. So it's scary and it's overwhelming and it's a lot happening really fast, but I know that God is with us and that He's taking care of Cole. So yesterday we were driving to the appointment, and I was just thinking, like, why is this maybe happening to us? We were going to a specialist yesterday with a referral, not really sure what to expect. I really didn't think we were gonna get the news that we got. But anyways, so I was driving there and just thinking, like, why is this happening to us? And I can't even really explain this, but I just had this overwhelming feeling like we were going to be going on this journey, and I needed to share our story to be able to help other people who may be going through something similar. And at that moment, I felt like I was going to throw up, and I knew what the doctors were going to tell us when we got there. It was like God's way of preparing me for it and telling me what I needed to do while we were going through this. So that's part of the reason that I'm sharing this here, along with just to be able to share information with our friends and family. I have been overwhelmed with the love and support that we've received since we've started telling people. But everyone's had a lot of questions, so hopefully this way I can kind of share what we're going through with everybody at the same time. So yesterday was when we met with the craniofacial team, and basically just by touching his head and looking at him, they were able to diagnose this. And they told us, we got to meet with a surgeon, which was like a 0% chance that he was available to meet with us. They told us that there's 2 procedures that they can do with this to correct it. And one of them is minimally invasive, and one of them is an open head procedure. And the minimally invasive one, we have a very small window of time with his age. It has to be done prior to, usually they like 3 months of age, and he'll be 12 weeks on tomorrow. So they prefer to do that one. It's less time in the hospital, less cutting, less time under anesthesia, less scarring, less possibility for needing a blood transfusion. So many positives. So we left the hospital yesterday, and that was kind of where we were at. They told us prior to surgery we had to meet with an ophthalmologist, a developmental psychologist, to get baselines prior to surgery, that we needed to meet with the person that would be making his helmet. He'll have to wear a helmet for a year post-surgery. That we have to meet with. He wants to tell you about the story. Okay, he was not gonna let me finish without making an appearance. So we also have to meet with the neurosurgeon who's gonna be in the room, just because it's so close to the brain, and we have to have a second CT scan done. So that's 6 appointments that had to be scheduled prior to surgery. And the children's team has just been so amazing. So we basically left the hospital, and it was left at, we don't know when the surgery is going to be, sooner rather than later is best. We're not sure which surgery we're going to be able to do depending on time frame, and just, stay tuned for phone call. And So immediately we started telling our friends and our family and our church friends and just asking for prayers. We asked for prayers that this surgery could happen soon so we could do the minimally invasive. And hours later, I got a phone call from the nurse at Children's, and she said, we have all 6 appointments scheduled for you next week. Surgery scheduled for Friday. So it was a lot of information in a really short amount of time. Still kind of trying to process all of it, but pending that he stays healthy, surgery will be on Friday. So I think it's absolutely for the best that we can do this minimally invasive. It's probably for the best with my anxiety that we have less time to process all of this, and it's just going to happen. So many prayers have been answered already, and like I said, I feel God in this. Are you smiling? Even though it's scary to see your baby have to go through anything like this. I know there's people who have been through so much worse, and I know that he's going to be okay, and we're going to get through this. And I'm so grateful for all the support and love that we've received from our friends and family, and all of my amazing friends virtually who I've never met but have such a close connection with. I'm just so grateful for all the support we've received, for all the prayers that he's going to be okay. So continued prayers that he doesn't get sick. That would be the only thing that would deter us being able to do this surgery, since we have such a small window to be able to do the minimally invasive. So we are quarantining the boys, is that a word, this next week, and hoping that he stays healthy and that everything goes smoothly with the all the pre-op appointments next week. So yeah, that's where we're at. I will continue to share this journey, and I just want to thank everybody and ask y'all to continue to pray for Cole, to pray for Hudson. Going through all of this is hard for him. Pray for Jeremy and I that we can stay calm and find peace in all of it, and stay strong for our boys, and for all the grandparents who are amazing and are flying down here and driving last minute to be able to be here to help us. So yeah, all the prayers are appreciated, and I just want to thank y'all for your support, and we'll continue to share this journey as we're on it.